They have been marking you, not with ink or symbols, but with energy that only the spiritual realm can detect. If you are watching this right now, it is not random. Something far beyond your understanding pulled you here at this exact second. You are one of the chosen ones. And before you dismiss that as something you have heard before, let me tell you what happened 3 days ago in the realm you cannot see. A council convened, not of humans, but of forces that have been watching your bloodline for generations. Your name was spoken aloud, and the decision was made. You have been activated. Right now, as you read these words, something ancient inside you is waking up. You might feel it as a pressure in your chest, a buzzing in your ears, or a knowing that settles deep in your bones. That is not anxiety. That is recognition. Your soul remembers what your mind has forgotten. You were chosen before you were born, and the time of your preparation has ended. What comes next will not look like anything you have experienced before. Listen carefully. There are millions of people scrolling right now, but only a fraction will actually see this message. The algorithm is not what brought you here. It was divine orchestration. You have been searching for confirmation, have not you? Wondering if you are crazy for feeling different, for sensing things others cannot see, for knowing things you were never taught. You are not crazy. You are activated. And there is a reason why everything in your life has felt like a test. Because it was every betrayal, every loss, every moment you almost gave up, but did not. Those were not punishments. They were initiations. The universe does not waste pain on ordinary people. It reserves the deepest valleys for those destined to stand on the highest peaks. And you, beloved chosen one, have been walking through the valley for far too long. That season is over. But here is what you need to understand before we go any further. This message carries a frequency. Not everyone who starts reading will finish. Some will feel uncomfortable and leave. Others will feel called to stay, but will fight it. The ones who make it to the end are the ones who are truly ready. So, if you are still here, it means your spirit recognizes the truth, even if your mind is skeptical. Stay with me, because what I am about to reveal will change the trajectory of your entire existence. And if you feel that pull, that magnetic sensation telling you this is important, do me a favor. Tap the like button right now. Not for me, but as a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what has been held back from you. Consider it a spiritual, yes, an agreement between you and the divine that you are no longer running from your calling. Part 1. The Awakening of the Chosen. You were born with a mark, not on your skin, but on your soul. From the moment you took your first breath, heaven assigned watchers to you. These are not the angels that guard everyone. These are specialized beings tasked with one job, to make sure you survive long enough to fulfill your assignment. That is why you have narrowly escaped death more than once. That is why you have been protected in ways that defy logic. Car accidents you should not have walked away from. Sicknesses that should have taken you under. Moments where you were on the edge, and something invisible pulled you back. That was not luck. That was divine intervention, because you carry something the world needs, and the forces of darkness know it. Here is the part most people miss. Being chosen is not about being better than others. It is about being assigned. You were selected for a specific mission that only you can complete. Your DNA carries codes. Your voice carries frequencies. Your presence shifts atmospheres. You have noticed it, have not you? How rooms change when you walk in. How people either love you or hate you with no middle ground. How animals and children are drawn to you. how you can feel the emotions of a space before anyone speaks. These are not coincidences. These are the signs of a chosen one who is beginning to wake up. But the awakening is not always gentle. In fact, for most chosen ones, it comes through crisis. A breakdown that was actually a breakthrough, a loss that redirected your entire path, a betrayal that removed people who were blocking your destiny. You have been through something recently that shattered you, have not you? It felt like the end, but it was the beginning. The old version of you had to die so the activated version could emerge. And here is the truth. You are not who you were 6 months ago. You are not even who you were last week. Transformation is happening at a cellular level. Your body is upgrading, your mind is expanding, your spirit is remembering, and it is uncomfortable because growth always is. Scripture tells us many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew 22:14. You are not part of the many, you are part of the few. And that comes with responsibility. It also comes with opposition. The enemy has been watching you too. He knows what you carry. That is why the attacks have been relentless. That is why you have faced warfare that others do not understand. Financial attacks, health attacks, relationship attacks, all designed to make you quit before you even start. But you did not quit, did you? You bent, but you did not break. And that is how heaven knew you were ready. Now, let me tell you something that will confirm everything you have been feeling. In the last 72 hours, there was a shift, a lifting. You felt it, did not you? Like a weight you did not even know you were carrying suddenly got lighter. That was because a season of testing officially closed. The assignment that was blocked has now been released. The doors that were shut are now opening. And the people who are meant to connect with you are being divinely guided into your path right now. This is not a maybe. This is a certainty. And if you can feel the truth of these words resonating in your spirit, leave a comment below and simply write, I am chosen. Speak it into existence. Let the algorithm carry your declaration into the atmosphere. Because when a chosen one speaks with authority, the heavens respond. Part 2. Why you have felt so alone. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you do not fully belong anywhere? Like you are surrounded by people, but still deeply lonely? Like you are speaking a language no one else seems to understand? That is not a flaw, that is a feature. Chosen ones are wired differently. You are operating on a frequency that most people cannot access. And because of that, connection has always been complicated for you. You have tried to fit in. You have dulled your light to make others comfortable. You have played small so you would not threaten the egos around you. But it never worked, did it? Because you cannot shrink a lion into a house cat. You cannot dim a star and expect it to still shine. The isolation you have felt was necessary. It was part of the preparation. You had to be separated so you could be set apart. You had to walk alone so you would learn to hear the voice of the divine without the interference of human opinion. Every person who left your life, every friendship that faded, every relationship that ended, those were not rejections. They were redirections. God was clearing the table, making room for the connections that match the frequency you are stepping into now. And those connections are coming, not people who need you, people who are equally yoked, not relationships that drain you, relationships that amplify you. Here is what chosen ones must understand. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. In fact, the smaller the number of people who truly get you, the higher the calling you carry. Jesus had 12 close disciples, but only 3 went with him to the mountain. Only 1 laid his head on his chest. Intimacy at the highest level is rare, And if you are chosen, you will have a small circle. But that circle will be powerful, so stop trying to explain yourself to people who are not equipped to comprehend you. Stop defending your path to those who cannot see past the surface. Your job is not to convince, your job is to walk. And the right people will recognize you without a word. There is another reason for the loneliness. You were being trained to rely on God alone, because what is coming will require a level of faith that human encouragement cannot sustain. You will have to move when it makes no sense. You will have to speak when it is unpopular. You will have to stand when everyone else is sitting down. And if you were dependent on people's approval, you would never do it. So God allowed you to be misunderstood, overlooked, and underestimated, not to hurt you, but to build you. Iron sharpens iron, and isolation sharpens focus. You are sharper now than you have ever been. You see through lies faster, you discern spirits quicker, you recognize red flags immediately. That is the gift of the wilderness. It taught you to trust your inner knowing above all else. Part 3. The assignment you carry. Now that you understand why you have walked this path alone, let me tell you what you are actually here to do. Because your assignment is not small, it is not optional, and it is not negotiable. You were placed on this earth at this exact time for a reason. The chaos you see around you, the confusion, the fear, the division, you are the antidote. Not because you are perfect, but because you are positioned. You carry a light that the darkness cannot comprehend. And when you step into your full power, entire atmospheres shift. Your assignment has 3 layers. First, you are here to break generational curses, the dysfunction, the addiction, the trauma, the poverty, the shame that has plagued your bloodline for generations. It stops with you. You are the cycle breaker, the one who says, "Not on my watch, not in my lifetime." And that is not just about you. It is about the generations that will come after you. They will inherit freedom because you chose to fight. Second, you are here to activate others. Your story, your struggle, your survival. It is not just for you. It is a blueprint for someone else who is still in the valley. When you speak your truth, when you share your testimony, when you show up authentically, you give others permission to do the same. You are a living, breathing example of what is possible, and that scares the enemy. Because one awakened, chosen one can awaken thousands. Third, you are here to shift culture. Not in some grandiose, loud way, but in the quiet, consistent choices you make every day. The way you show up with integrity when no one is watching, the way you choose love over fear, the way you refuse to compromise your values for comfort or acceptance. You are planting seeds that will grow into forests, and you may not see the full harvest in your lifetime, but it is coming. And here is what you need to know. The assignment you carry requires support. It requires community. It requires resources. You cannot do this alone, and you were never meant to. That is why I want to invite you into something sacred. A community of chosen ones who are walking this same path. People who see what you see, people who feel what you feel, people who refuse to settle for mediocrity when destiny is calling their name. Before we continue, I need to tell you something important. This work, this message, this channel, it exists because people like you said yes. Yes to their calling, yes to their assignment, yes to being part of a movement that is bigger than any one person. And if this message has resonated with you, if you feel that pull in your spirit, I want to invite you to join our inner circle. This is not just another subscription. This is a protected, high vibrational community where divine insights are shared, where personalized guidance is given, where you will receive spiritual support and unwavering encouragement as you step into your destiny. In this sacred space, you will get immediate access to content that is hidden from the general world, teachings that go deeper, revelations that are more specific, strategies that are more targeted. Because the truth is, not everyone is ready for what we share behind the veil. But you are. And I know that because you are still here. The exclusive link to join is in the description below and in the pinned comment. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. Part 4. The warfare you face. Let me be honest with you. The moment you step into your calling, the attacks intensify. Not because you are doing something wrong, but because you are doing something right. The enemy does not waste ammunition on people who are not a threat. And you, beloved chosen one, are a massive threat to his kingdom. That is why you have experienced spiritual warfare like never before. That is why you have felt under attack in ways that others cannot see or understand. But here is what you need to know. The warfare is a sign that you are close. Close to breakthrough, close to promotion, close to the fulfillment of promises that have been delayed for too long. The enemy knows what is coming for you, and he is terrified. So he throws everything he has at you, hoping you will quit before you cross the finish line. But you will not quit, because quitters were never chosen in the first place. And you, my friend, were chosen before the foundation of the world. The warfare comes in many forms: mental attacks, thoughts that are not your own, whispering lies about your worth, your calling, your future; physical attacks, unexplained sickness, chronic fatigue, sudden accidents that seem to come out of nowhere; financial attacks, money drying up just when you need it most; opportunities falling through at the last minute; delays and setbacks that make no logical sense; relational attacks, people you trusted turning on you; betrayals that cut deep; isolation that feels unbearable. But here is the truth. Every attack is confirmation that you are on the right path. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every loss is making room for something greater. And the enemy's desperation is proof that your time is now. So do not be discouraged by the warfare. Be encouraged, because it means you are close, closer than you have ever been. Part 5. The shift that is happening now. Something has changed. You can feel it, cannot you? The heaviness that sat on your chest for months has lifted. The confusion that clouded your mind is clearing. The doors that were shut are cracking open. This is not your imagination. This is a real, tangible shift happening in the spiritual realm, and it is spilling over into your natural reality. In the next 30 days, you are going to see movement. Things that were stuck will suddenly flow. People who were silent will suddenly reach out. Opportunities that seemed impossible will suddenly appear. But here is the key. You have to be ready to move when heaven moves. No hesitation, no second guessing, no waiting for all the details to make sense. When the door opens, you walk through it. When the opportunity presents, you take it. When the instruction comes, you obey it. Because chosen ones do not get the luxury of seeing the whole plan. You get the next step, and your job is to take it. Faith is not about knowing the outcome. Faith is about trusting the one who does. This shift is also bringing a change in your relationships. People who were with you in the wilderness will not all make it to the promised land, and that is okay. Do not try to drag anyone into a season they are not ready for. Let people self-select out. The ones who are supposed to be with you will rise to the occasion. They will match your energy, they will celebrate your growth, and they will walk with you into the new territory. Everyone else is a lesson, not a loss. You are also going to see a shift in your finances. I know that has been a sore spot. I know you have been faithful with little, wondering when the much will come. It is coming, not because you worked harder, but because you aligned with your purpose. Money follows mission. When you step into your assignment, the resources will follow. So stop stressing about the how. Start focusing on the who. Who are you becoming? Who are you called to serve? Who are you designed to be? Answer those questions, and the provision will take care of itself. And here is something beautiful. As you step into this new season, you are going to feel lighter, freer, more like yourself than you have ever felt, because you are finally shedding the false identities, the people-pleasing, the performative versions of you that were never real. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, and that version of you is powerful beyond measure. If this is resonating with you, if you can feel the shift happening in your own life, I want you to do something. Share this message. Send it to someone who needs to hear it. Let it be a catalyst for their awakening too. And as you give this truth away, watch how the universe gives back to you. Generosity is a spiritual law. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. And speaking of generosity, I want to share something transparent with you. This ministry, this work, this channel that you are watching right now, it runs on the support of people who believe in the mission. People who feel called to amplify this work. People who want to partner with heaven in spreading these truths to chosen ones around the world. If you feel that call in your spirit, if you sense that this is part of your assignment, there is a link in the comments where you can support this work financially. Now, let me be clear. Your support is completely optional. You do not owe me anything. Your presence here, your attention, your energy, it already means the world. But for those who feel called to give, I want you to understand what happens when you sow into a work that is spreading truth. You are not just supporting a channel, you are partnering with heaven. You are sowing into the kingdom, and the return on that kind of seed is beyond anything you can measure in dollars and cents. It is favor. It is open doors. It is divine connections. It is supernatural provision. Every seed you sow into spreading this message will return to you multiplied, not because of me, but because of the principle give, and it will be given to you. Luke 6:38, pressed down, shaken together, running over. When you give to a work that is activating chosen ones, you are setting in motion a chain of divine favor that goes from you to them and then back to you in a bigger way. So if you feel the nudge, do not ignore it. That is the Holy Spirit inviting you into blessing. Honor it, give freely, and watch what God does in return. Part 6. Your response matters. So here we are, at the end of this message. But really, we are at the beginning of something far greater. You have been given information. You have been given confirmation. You have been given activation. Now the question is, what will you do with it? Will you close this video and go back to life as usual? Or will you take the hand that heaven is extending and step into the fullness of your calling? I am going to be blunt with you. Chosen ones do not have the option to stay comfortable. You were not designed for mediocrity. You were not created to blend in. You were fashioned in the image of a God who spoke worlds into existence. And that same creative power lives in you. So playing small is not humility. It is disobedience. Hiding your light is not wisdom. It is fear, and fear is not from God. 2 Timothy 1-7. You have been given a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, so act like it. Here is what I want you to do right now. Before you move on to the next thing, before you scroll to the next video, I want you to make a declaration. Say it out loud. Say, I am a chosen one. I am awake. I am ready, and I will not waste this moment. Say it until you feel it. Say it until it becomes real in your spirit. Because words have power, and when a chosen one speaks with conviction, the atmosphere shifts. Now, I need you to do one more thing. Comment below and write, I am chosen. Do not overthink it. Do not worry about what people will think. Just declare it. Let your faith be seen. Let your agreement with heaven be public. Because when you declare something publicly, you are making a spiritual contract. You are saying to the universe, to God, to yourself, I am all in. And that level of commitment activates things that silent belief cannot. And finally, if you have not already, subscribe to this channel. Not just to get more content, but because you are aligning yourself with a community of chosen ones. People who see what you see, people who feel what you feel, people who are walking the same path. You need that. We all do. Iron sharpens iron. And you cannot afford to be isolated anymore. So join the tribe, be part of the movement. And let us rise together. You are chosen. You are seen. You are known. And your time is now. Do not waste it. Do not doubt it. Do not delay it. Step into everything that has been prepared for you. The world is waiting. Heaven is watching. And your story is just beginning. Your breakthrough is waiting. Your destiny is calling. And the inner circle is open. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. Amen.